Hi folks, I am Samik and I am creating 30-day series of SaaS dashboards and today is day 29. In past days, we have covered a lot of technical implementation. If you're a non-developer, you should definitely watch it. And if you have watched it, then this is a good stage to be presenting. So you will understand the terminologies and technologies I will be mentioning today. And today we are going to talk about analytics, which is the crucial part of your SaaS or your modern application which you host in the web. Why analytics? See, you cannot communicate with your user and if you don't communicate you won't understand their behavior, and the better way to track their behavior it is analytics. Why analytics? Because it tracks their movement, it sees how much time they have spent in the website, and obviously you can do it in the user level, you can do in cumulative level, and you can understand the psychology where user are dropping off, whether it is pricing issue, whether it is feature issue, whether it is UI issue, whether it is user experience issue. A lot of things can be tracked. Those who are pro at analytics, they track each and every metric and you even don't know what they are tracking. So right now, if you're starting out, you don't need to go in very depth, but you need to cover some of the basic analytics. So that's why I'm going to explain you like five. So let's get started. So so we have these alternative or options which are free, which are paid, and which are available to us, which you can use, and they have very limited downtime. Obviously, I will cover what exactly where to use and what are the websites and all. But before that, there are three important things which you should know, and that is, in my opinion, that is you should track the page visit, then you should track the events or the clicks. We can say track the time or funnel. So I will explain you what it is. So for example, if I go to grablink.xyz, right now this is my SaaS. Obviously, we are doing some Vercel bot checking, and once it is done, we can get verified. So you can see we have entered into our application, and for example, I am present at this application. Now, the tracking which we do here, that is called the page level tracking. Okay, so yeah, I have visited this page. Now if I go to this free tailwind css page, this will be tracked. If I go to pricing, this will be tracked. Now again, if I go to app, that will be tracked. So we have tracked. Now, since I have navigated my page using navigation bar, so for me navigation is important. And if you want to build, for me you have to build the navigation to actually navigate so that I can navigate. So that is one thing you can track, that I visited these pages using navigation. So how do you know whether I've used navigation or I've used internal links? Like here you can see in the footer I have internal links. So whether I've used footer or whether I've used navigation, how will you know that? So that is, we track using something called events. So every analytics platform gives you events. So you can call that event when that particular button is clicked. So if I click this diff, I will call that analytics, like home, page click from a navigation. So this type of event name I can give. And this is how you can build your analytics. So this is very important. And how much time, like what is the funnel, like I visited this page, now I'm convinced with the CTA, so I clicked here. So I can see what are the CTA I'm doing. Like after clicking the get started with tab link, the user has purchased a subscription or like that. So you can see the funnel. Like if the user has dropped off after seeing the pricing page, that means the pricing was not suitable for the user didn't find value in the pricing. So those are the things, those are the metrics you should track. And how to do that, I will tell you. Now let's focus on what are the options we have available. So the first and foremost is the PostHog, which is like the developer friendly tool. Like every developer uses this, and this is the industry standard, you can say. But again, it is very hard to integrate, and like the user experience is good for a developer. Like it has very good developer experience, but for a beginner like me, it is very bad UI to understand. You have to do a lot of diving. So for me, easiest was Google Analytics. Okay, so Google Analytics is free and Google Analytics easy. So to get started with Google Analytics, you need to have something called Google Search Console. So you need to link your domain first of all in Google Search Console. So once you have linked your item in Google Search Console, you can easily access in Google Analytics. So I will just show you how to use analytics.google.com. So go here. Addition is very easy. Like you can go next, 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 and it will be easy. So why other tools are preferred over analytics, I will tell you that. But first and foremost, you should have analytics. So you can see this is one of my SaaS, like these are all the active users, these are all the event count. So like how many users are from different countries, those are tracked. Now if I have another item, so you can see with my project name, different analytics account, I have this item also, map your ideas. So you can see right now there are only 4 active users, event count is 31. And again, which countries are the highest according to all in things. So you can see everything. Now if I go again to Grabbling, I can go. So this is how you can access all your projects. So right now I have only linked Grablink and this mapyourideas.com. So these are only tracked. And again, this is very important to track all the pages. So event counts which I mentioned, like what are the clicks happened and all, so that is tracked using event count. So you can see all the event count you can do for it. And like I won't get into the details of Google Analytics because even I don't understand a lot of it, but it is very easy to integrate and you can see a overview, like you can understand from the surface level. But if you want to go in depth and you want to understand Google Analytics, then my suggestion would be to not use Google Analytics, use another tool that is called Umami. Now, since I've shown you how to access Google Analytics, I will show you how easy it is. So you can go to your app router of Next.js and you can find the layout. And in the layout, just put all the script. So you can see this is my Google ID. So in the head tag, so you have to put this in the head tag. So in the head tag, you have to put, so you can see if it is not beta mapyourideas.com or if it is not localhost 2000, we will actually include the script in the layout.tsx. So whenever this is included, so I have explained this layout.tsx in my Next.js file structure. So in that, I've told you that this layout.tsx of the app is the parent, like it is the parent of all the children embedded inside it. So that's why it will track all the analytics. So that is one option which you can do. So this is how you can integrate Google Analytics. Now let's talk about Umami. So Umami, Clarity, Shiftfast are all three are the same. The integrations are same. Now I will explain you what exactly is Umami. So why Umami? So I will explain you that. So you can see this is an open source project. If you want to self-host, you can self-host, and if you want to use their platform, you can use it. And why it is free? Because up to 3 projects you can easily use this platform. So you can see obviously you can do traffic analysis, which we can also do in Google Analytics, visitor analytics, which is also great, custom events, which I've talked like how to create custom events. Then filters. This is something which you can easily access in the Umami platform, which you cannot access in Google Analytics. You have to, like, it is, Google Analytics is built for marketers, right? And it is not built for beginners, so you have to like get trained. But in Umami you don't have to get trained and you can easily understand everything. Again, all the real time data you can see, like when user entered, what was the first page, what was the second page, and from where user has entered, which desktop, like which device, which browser, you can see everything. Again, for the funnel detection, you can see trend detection. So this is how your things will get interesting. And this is again like you have to stitch out things on your own. But this Umami and Clarity by Microsoft, these are like free and you can use it. So let me go to Microsoft Clarity. So again, this is again linked with your Google Analytics. So it is built on top of Google Analytics. So you have to link your Google Analytics and you can see a lot of things. So you can see heat maps, like what are the buttons mostly click. So this is something which gives performance like PostHog. It is not complicated as PostHog, but in PostHog also you can see all the heat map and all. Again, session recordings, you can see the video, then insights, then you can understand your Google Analytics report also. So if you want to understand your Google Analytics and you want heat map and session reviews, then go for Clarity. Again, this is free up to some products. I'm not sure about what are the limits. So you can see it's 100% free. It's free forever. So, and why is it free? They have mentioned everything about that. You can read and you can understand. So you can use Clarity. And now let's come to Shiftfast. Why Shiftfast I've mentioned, even though Umami does the same thing. So Shiftfast has something unique, and that is you can track your revenue. So not Shiftfast actually. I have written a wrong name. It should be actually DataFirst, and you know why I've written Shiftfast, because it is by Marklu, and if you hear Shiftfast, the image will come off Marklu. So that's why I made this issue. So obviously it's the DataFirst. So this is again your website. You can see he updates it a lot of updates he had made in the past few days. And again in the Shiftfast you get something called MRR. So you can see visitors and revenue. So if someone is visiting from the India, they have 2K visitors and revenue is 1.2K. And you can see revenue per visitor is 0.6, and from France it is 1.92, and from US it is 1.7. Conversion rate is 6. So you can see a lot of things comes inbuilt. So you don't have to create event for it. So you can easily integrate your payments by directly providing. If you're using Stripe, he provides a very simple integration. If you're using Lemon Squeezy, if you're using Polar, and if you're using any other payment provider, you can properly link. So whenever a checkout happens, or whenever someone subscribes a new plan, or whenever someone renews a new plan, that particular things get updated via the URL. So that is automatically tracked, and that's why Shift like DataFirst has an edge over other platforms. So you can literally track your revenue per visitor. So that's the thing which I like. And again, this is events like FAQ, what do I get, scroll to problem, FAQ, who is this for, FAQ text tag. So you can see how many people have clicked what type of FAQ, and you can include your landing page according to that FAQ. And this is what we call events, and this is what we get in every analytics. But this particular thing like revenue per visitor, it is unique. And you can see for every browser also, like Chrome, Safari, Firefox. Like if someone is visiting from Chrome, they have the higher tendency to buy. Then again, this is how you can compare. And again, for the OS, you can see the Mac OS users buy the most, then the iOS, things like that. Now again, for device, desktop users are main buyers. So this is how you can track. And again, in the bottom, you can also see the last 30 minutes user, like the active users. So you can use Shift Fast, not DataFast, for that particular item. Now let's come to Versa Analytics. If you're using Next.js, you can always integrate Versa Analytics, but Versa Analytics and DataFast are paid. DataFast is cheaper than the Versa Analytics, like it is $9 per month, up to 110K monthly events, which is fair enough for if you're starting new. And Versa Analytics, you have to buy the $20 plan to really track and analyze your analytics. So I'm not sure about that $20 plan. I'm not sure about the free plan, whether we can use in free or not. So I've never tried in the free, but I think it is for the paid. That's why I never tried it. Otherwise, why would I not use the free plan? So that is the thing. Now let's talk about how to integrate clarity. So in the clarity, you can see I'm just including a script. And again, for DataFirst, I'm just including a script. So in the layout, you have to include the script. And once you have included that script, it will make a call to that particular application, and this script will get called, and this script is written by the provider itself. So this is it, guys. So this is all about the analytics, how to integrate, and what exactly are the parameters you should track. That is, you should track the page visits, you should track the events or the clicks, and you should track the time or the funnel. So that's it. And I'm not getting into the technical implementation, because whenever you are implementing, you can ask AI. I've told you how to use AI and how to use prompt to build it. And if you go to the documentation as well, so since I'm already logged in, so let me go to the documentation if I can go. So let me do sign in with Google. So I've actually registered. So in DataFirst, the documentation is very easy. So let's see if you go into the documentation. So you can see how to get started in 4 steps, how to connect payment providers. So you can just give this reference to your own AI, like in the prompt, and it will just do the course. So it is not very complicated, and AI can do it easily. So that's why I'm not explaining this part. I just wanted to explain those parts which are very, very important for your own analytics. So this is it, guys, and we have wrapped day 29. And tomorrow is day 30, and I will talk about some of the launch platforms, which I obviously not, which I'm not great at, but obviously I will help you out, and I will show you if you do the right thing at the right time, it can really hit. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye.